Yeah. Working on my lifts, my muscles. Yeah. Hello everybody, my name is Culture. Welcome back to MISCAT Squad, and guys, welcome back to another episode of Squad Talks. And basically what Squad Talks is, and look, I got little, what are these even? Are these puppies? Are you puppies on my socks? Basically what Squad Talks is when we get to sit down on the couch. This guy always has to move over and just talk. Today we're going to be talking about living with allergies. I am allergic to a hella lot of things. And by a hella lot of things, I mean a lot of things that you find in your everyday food. Now, I know, because I've learned from this, speaking to a few of you, that American ingredients are much different than ingredients around the world, but it kind of has like a similar feel to it. So I'm gonna tell you guys a story of how I grew up with all these allergies, and how, if you feel like you're alone with this, like, let me know if you're allergic to anything, and if you're ever judged with it too, because I've been through that, and it's not a good feeling, and it's a bad feeling. But I'm gonna stay positive in this because I want to be able to make you guys laugh and make you guys have fun with this. But anyway, guys, so when I was about 2 years old, I had this little lollipop. It was one of those little tiny ones that you get, like, random wrappers. You buy them in the supermarket. It was like I don't even know, I remember it was like a red one or something, but I was like 2 years old, and I had that lollipop. And suddenly, all of a sudden, that's when everything changed. It's like if you're watching Avatar: The Last Airbender, and it's like, and everything changed when the Fire Nation attacked. It's like everything changed when I had this freaking lollipop. So basically what happened was I take this lollipop and I eat it. Like, it's what kid doesn't like lollipops? What kid doesn't like candy? And next thing I know, I have these things called fits. As people would call them, fits. And what fits are is basically you have, your mind sort of goes out of whack and you get out of control. So with me, it was kind of those fits where if I ate anything that had coloring in it, that started with coloring, I would have a, like, temper tantrum, but not a full-blown temper tantrum, a temper tantrum where it's like, I would, like, get creepy, you know, like really like a scary kid at 2 years old. I would scream, I would cry, I would throw things, I would, like, beat people, I would go like this on the ground. And my mom knew there was something wrong. She knew there was something wrong with me. So it started when I was 2, alright? And after I had those fits, like, my aunts and uncles, everybody were saying to me, like, she should be in a home, she should put away, she should get on Ritalin. And basically what Ritalin is if you're having, like, these major fits and freakouts like I did, which was mainly hormonal, mainly all these other issues that I was having when I was growing up, people thought if you put on this drug, then you'll be fine. Well, the side effects of that is basically you become a totally different person. And my mom didn't want that for me. She didn't want me to be like a robot and just take it and then boom. So my mom basically figured out what was wrong with me. She wrote down everything I couldn't have. It took years to figure out. And this whole allergy thing, a lot of people were like, no, it's just in her mind. She's just thinking it, you know, oh, you know, she should get better. Just put her on a drug. Just put her in a home. That was another one. And it hurt, you know? It never occurred to me that it would hurt this bad, but nowadays it doesn't, because I'm like, that wasn't my real family, the people who did that to me. But back then, I thought I was a freak because of what I went through, and it was just because of all these allergies that I had. So first it started with the coloring, then it started with artificial flavoring, then it started with preservatives, then it started with BHT and milk and all this other stuff that I can fully list, and they all had the same effect. Well, milk's more like something else, but milk's more like I would break out and everything, but I can't have a lot of things, and it's gotten a lot better for people who have this problem. But back when I was growing up, everybody thought the easy way out was just to put me in a home and put me on a drug, and thought, hey, let's just ship her out, let's just, like, don't care. And it was really hurt. It really, really hurt. But it taught me to be a very strong person, because I knew I had this problem. A lot of people all around me didn't have this problem. And even when I was in school, now this is like a petty little bitty thing, but like even when I was in school, everybody else was able to have all these like snacks that I couldn't have. And it bothered me back then, but now when I think about it, I'm like, cat, smack in the face, little cat. You shouldn't have let it bother you. Because I would see that people were bringing cake and cookies and donuts and using all these pastries for some reason. But they would bring it in and I would be like, no, I can't have it. And then the kids would be like, oh, what's wrong with you? Why can't you have it? And I have to explain my entire allergies to them. I remember when I had to just sit out for a little while and drink orange juice because for some reason, the vitamin C, we figured out, that's what helped me. And that's what helped me really overcome it. And whenever I had these fits, my mom would give me orange juice and I would feel better. And it was probably because of the vitamin C, because there's a lot of good things in vitamin C. But if you're going through this, all right, and you feel like people are stepping all over you, you know, and they're like saying, oh, what's wrong with you? You should go on drugs. You should be in a home. Get out of here. There's something wrong with you. There's nothing wrong with you. Personally, there's nothing. You just have this issue, this problem that you have to overcome that a lot of people do have out there, but maybe just not in your general family circle. When people say to you, like, oh, there's something wrong with you, or, oh, just get out of here, they just don't want to take the time to really understand you as a human being. And the problem with that is that what was wrong with my aunts and my uncles and my cousins. They didn't want to understand me as a human being. They didn't want to sit down and take the time to really just know me and say, okay, she has this problem, let's overcome it together, let's work on this together. No. And I've said this in a few of my Let's Plays. I believe it, well, yeah, it was The Last of Us in one scene when Ellie was just, she felt like she was losing her humanity. I can't even talk about that scene.
Stop!
Fucking touch me!
It's okay. It's me. It's me. Look. It's me.
He tried to...
Oh, baby girl. It's okay. It's okay.
Oh.
It's okay.
That scene touched so home for me because my mom had to do the exact same thing for me when I was young, and it was hard. It was hard growing up. I didn't have a normal childhood or teenage years. I didn't. And when you saw Ellie just going and going and going and going, what happened? Well, Joel had to bring her back to reality, had to pull her back. That's exactly what my mom had to do for me. And it was tough. It was really tough to go through those days. I remember, I think I may have told you this already in that same gameplay too. I remember it was like around Thanksgiving, and we were in my grandparents' home, and my grandmother accidentally put margarine in her food by accident. She forgot for a second, and I ate it, and I had this full-blown fit on Thanksgiving. Now, when you see a kid who's about 11 years old, 13, 14, around that age, having that fit, what's your first reaction? There's something wrong with that kid. So that would be your reaction if you didn't know the person. But that was the reaction, the exact same reaction my aunts and uncles gave me. So my mom had to pick me up, scoop me up. I was having this full-blown fit, screaming, throwing things, yelling at everybody, just blah. She'd take me into the back room, and she literally had to hold me down, hold me there, and just bring me back, just reel me back in. It was, whenever I had these fits, it felt like I wasn't there, in a way. It felt more like I was just full-blown angry, full-blown felt pointless, and these fits would take over me, they would consume me in a way, and she had to bring me back. And instead of the aunts and the uncles, the dear old fam, coming in and being all like, yo, is she okay? Can we do anything to help? My aunt and uncle literally just stared. You know when you see people and, you see random things happening in public, and people's first reaction is to stare, which I find extremely rude anyway. They didn't even say, is she okay? What's going on? No, they stood there, peeking around the corner, okay? Just peeking there, staring. Just staring. And instead of, again, offering the help, instead of saying, is she okay? Instead of saying, is there anything we could do? Which, again, my mom knew what she had to do. She had it under control. Same with me. We had it under control. But the nerve is, they didn't even ask. And it's sickening, in a way, to me, to know that that's how they acted. And they just stared. And then my mom had to carry me out, and they continued to stare. And it's like, I'm a human. Just because I went through something, that I'm still human, you know? It's not like I wasn't. And it's hard when I see other people also going through this. And if you're going through this, I would love to know your story, because it hurts. You feel like literally a freak. And for so many years of my life, until I was 20, I literally felt like I was a freak. Like it was a freak. I did not get myself together until I was 20 years old. Didn't get myself together. My mindset, everything. I have millions of stories to tell you about what I went through when I was growing up. And around the age of 20, because my grandparents passed away, my grandfather passed away when I was 18, and my grandmother passed away when I was 19, that's when I literally woke up, you know, and I was all like, things gotta change. And I just broke away from those people. And it was the most rewarding thing I could have gave myself. Because I'm a better person now. I feel like a better person. And just because I had allergies that made me act different, they judged me. They judged me. And it's sad when people judge you. But it happens. And what you gotta do is you gotta be the better person and the stronger person and get away from them. Even if you're a teenager, you're a kid, you're watching this, and you can't get away, be strong. Once you become an adult, you can do whatever you want. You just leave. You go away from them. Because, you know, I'm very lucky and blessed to have an actual family like I do, like my mom and my sister. And I was lucky for that. But for my relatives, it was easy for me to break away. And I want you to know, if you were literally going through that, and you feel lost, and you kind of feel like nobody's out there to help you, I'm here. I'm here for you. Mama Cat is here for you. I'm here. I've been through it. I lived through it. You're not a freak. You're a normal human being who just has an issue to overcome. And if you need somebody to talk to, the Discord is open for you 24/7. And again, join the Discord. There's a lot of things that go on in there, but that's my allergy story. But again, I'm allergic to a lot of things. And it stopped me from doing a lot of things that I would want to do, but it really never changed me as a person. But it did. In a way, it made me a better person, changed me for the better. And it taught me that I had to change, that I had to get away. And once I did, I became a better person. So I'd love to know your guys' stories and what you went through. Because, you know, if I didn't go through that, I wouldn't be as strong as I am today. I want to be who I am. And I'm very thankful that I did go through that. Because if I didn't, again, who would I be? So if you're going through that, and you feel lost, and you feel lonely, and you feel like, I'm the only one going out there, you're not alone. There's a lot of people who go through that. There's a lot of places and things you could do to overcome it, so that's why I want to talk about this today, because I know how it feels to feel alone, and I don't want any of you guys to feel alone. So that was my squad talk for today. There's going to be more vlogs like this once in every while, because I feel like I want to spruce up the channel with new content, new things, new fun things, because there's a lot of things coming, a lot of fun things, new fun ideas, and I'd love to get into that. But yeah, that was hard. That was hard, but I had to say it. But anyway, MISCATs, I hope you have an amazing day. Stay safe out there. And as always, until the next video, brace your inner fangirl and your inner fanboy every single day.